Welcome to YellBro. I'm Jordan, and today it's Pop YouTube Day. We're going to react to some Alex Jones, who's interviewing Nick Fuentes about Candace Owens. Then we're going to hear Candace Owens kind of respond. I mean, she's responding to Nick Fuentes in general, not really Alex Jones. And I find all that hilarious. So I'm going to watch it. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We are in that Discord right now, and all opinions are welcome. And obviously, these videos will be linked in that same description box for you to look at and do my radio guy voice. Yeah, you can check out the videos on your own if you don't want to hear us pausing, talking. What do the kids say now? They say yapping, even though it's like an old word. Don't want to hear the yapping. You don't want to hear your favorite fucking heroes get destroyed by Yellow Brick Road. If you don't want to hear that shit, please go watch it on your own. Links in the description box. All right. So, by accident, this is my second time attempting to record this video. It's my second attempt. The first time, I accidentally played the wrong video where Alex is kind of, he's doing like he's like, Candace, he almost has like tears in his eyes. Candace, man. Candace, you have some mental health issues. Listen, Candace, you're sick. I'm trying to help you. He's doing like an intervention thing. But then you see this video, which is like around the same time. It's like, did that go away? Now it's like, fuck you. Back to war. So, I'm just saying. Either way, let's just get into it. Here is Alex Jones with Nick Fuentes shitting on Candace. Here we go. That's loud.
You look at a Candace Owens. I mean, we've had internet groups look at it. It's like 80% bot. She's, literally on my phone. I'm not on YouTube. I'm not on these things. It's pushed to me. Everybody.
I don't think it's 80% bots. I think it's actual, a lot of moms. I'll say that. Here we go.
No, she is pushed by the system. She's never gets in trouble at YouTube. Never gets in trouble on Instagram. So on
Twitter, at least.
When someone's never been censored, never been deplatformed, never been debanked, never put on a no-fly list, never had somebody come to your house to kill you, like Nick has, and I never talked about my stuff. It's private. I just sit here, everybody saying, I'm the establishment because I've survived this long when I'm barely doing it. And then I see this person.
People are calling you the establishment for that. I think it's because of your bullshit talking points, Alex. Your continued caping, coping, hopium-laced content, all protecting the White House, that are doing blatantly horrendous shit. That's why people call you a shill, Alex Jones. And you know what? I believe it too. Let's continue.
Riding around like a royalty, literally married to royalty, with a bot farm husband behind her. And then,
Alex, didn't you actually get on CNN?
It's just obvious what's going on. Nick Fuentes.
You ruined it, but.
Well, I don't think that I don't think they're necessarily being controlled. I mean, you never know, but I think that a lot of it is just like you said, they're chasing the algorithm. And I think a lot of them are just have a reckless disregard for the truth. And as I said, I don't think they have any kind of ideological foundation. It's people that got red pilled a few minutes ago and they don't know what's up and down and they don't know what's going on. And then these are people that are just getting, it's only in one direction, more extreme, more crazy, more out there, more far-fetched. With Candace, I don't even think it's bots. I think that maybe people just underestimate how many dumb people there are in the world that have an appetite for this crap. People that want to hear about, time travelers and aliens and, everybody secretly transgender at the highest levels. There is a huge appetite. And let's be honest, the right wing has cultivated that.
All right, so let's also be honest, Nick. You're talking to one of the guys that have made that a thing, right? Of theories, conspiracy theories. Not saying that's bad to do or bad to look into at all. But he's kind of poo-pooing it, but like you're talking to like one of the kings of people that say a lot of bullshit out loud. Let's just be honest. I don't mean conspiracy theories. I mean like he says a lot of just disinfo bullshit and feeds it to his audience. He does. Want to talk about interdimensional beings? Not saying that's bullshit. I'm just saying Alex Jones has brought that up. Aliens, Alex Jones has brought that up. All of it. My gut, my sixth sense tells me this is the truth. He does a lot of shit. So I don't understand. Also, I understand why Candace's fan base is why they're looking so deeply into the story and hanging on to it so hard. It's because, let's be real, if you two guys were the other option, they'd be getting nowhere. It's either, edgelording, complaining about the world, in a corner of the internet with a bunch of thirsty boys around you, or Alex Jones, once again, disinfo fucking artist for the Trump administration. If those are the other options, like, why the fuck? So it's no surprise they would pick her over you two. Fucking dingbats. You fucking liars. Professional liars. And professional subversion artist. Less so Nick than Alex, but still. I'm getting that stench from Nick that he's a full of shit artist. Because he says some wild ass shit. Either way, let's continue. Here we go.
Over the years, the right wing has cultivated.
And that's not me saying Candace is legit either. It's just saying what the audience might be saying.
It's this crazy conspiracy stuff, and there are no guardrails. And now, well, the lunatics are quite literally running the asylum. Like the biggest, dumbest lunatic is running the asylum with all the idiots gathered every day for the latest conspiracy. And like with this,
see, that sounds like butthurt language and not like real analysis. Right? Like really analyze how is Candace garnering an audience, and you can see it through it's TV series style content she's doing, and she's not doing any bowing down to the Trump administration while she does it. Once again, I'm not saying I believe Candace. I'm not saying she's not full of shit. I think she is. I think she's trying to be the next Oprah. I think that's her actual aim, and thus this kind of midday drama that you tune into 5 o'clock every day or 6 o'clock every day. 5 days out of the week, it's like, yeah, I get why people are just running towards it. But your guys' come on, dude. At the very least, Candace will get simple things like, hey, we shouldn't invade Venezuela, or we shouldn't overthrow the government of Venezuela, or kidnap their president, or whatever the fuck. People are like, yeah, that sounds like some John Bolton shit. So yeah, we're against that. We're against neocon sounding shit. But Nick's for it. And he wonders why people ratioed him for it, or start shitting on him for it, or why Goy Boy 1488 is pissed off. Same with the Charlie Kirk stuff. The amount of dismissal of people having theories or ideas, right? You don't have to go all the way to Fort Huachuca or what's the other shit? The Egyptian plains. You don't have to believe the story to that level, but the simple story itself, there's something weird there. With the 30-06 bullet, the FBI narrative, the surveillance videos from the parking lot, right? If you don't see anything weird there, I don't know what to fucking tell you. He just said something recently about the Epstein, right? Well, I'll let Candace get into that one when we get to her video. But just like, come on, man. There's some IQ tests happening, and you're failing them. And you wonder why you're getting backlash. And don't be surprised, audience, especially Nick fans, if he starts changing his tune a little bit. Don't be surprised. Let's continue.
Charlie Kirk thing I said on my show the other night, it just keeps getting bigger. It starts out with a conspiracy that maybe someone at Turning Point embezzled $1 million and they took him out to hide it. Then it turns into, well, Israel killed him because he was going to go against Israel. Then it's, no, Israel and France and FBI killed him because he was going to do something to change global politics. Now it's the space-time continuum is at stake. He could see the future. He was going to alter outcomes in the future. They had to protect the integrity of the multiverse. And I don't know. I mean, are people still buying this stuff? But I could tell you one thing. The reason that she's on YouTube when you and I are banned, and remember, you and I both made new channels. When they announced their policy to let everybody back on, you and I both made new channels. We were banned within 24 hours. She is monetized. She is on that platform monetized.
I'll say this, as a guy on YouTube, they've gotten a lot looser with their rules. For sure, as far as like what you're able to say or not say or whatever the fuck. But still, at the same time, well, I don't understand why Alex was banned, but I can see the average person, right? Think of some tech guy at fucking YouTube or working for their censorship board and all this stuff, or censorship or, community guidelines and terms of service fucking board or whatever the fuck. The average person, when they hear your content, Nick, I think most people would be like, get this shit away from me. In fact, I think if regular ass YouTube people watched your content on YouTube, they'd flag it. They community flag it in mass if enough people saw it. Because of shit you say. You do edgelord, internet frat boy shit. A dweeby frat boy shit, right? It's just, it's literally like, it is I get a decent amount of them on Discord and shit like that, so it really is like he's the guy who says nigger when there's no black people around. He's that guy. And no, don't bring that up in regards to influencers. I mean, like, actual regular people on the fucking street that work 9 to 5s go in front of their face and say that, Nick Fuentes. He wouldn't do that. He knows he wouldn't do that. That's why he's in his little corner of the internet. Now, Alex, he just does wild theories and he capes for the fucking Trump administration. So I don't know why he's banned. Maybe it's the Sandy Hook stuff still. I don't exactly know. Either way, like Alex, I think both should be allowed on there. I'm just saying what regular people perceive of these guys. And guess what? It's not because your content is so dangerous, people might start believing in it, or they'll be influenced by these two fucking dumb fucks. It's not that. You guys are safe. You are safe as fuck. If I could take Alex Jones and replace him with David Icke, now he's dangerous. But Alex Jones is not fucking dangerous. If I could take Ryan Dawson and replace Nick Fuentes with him, now he's dangerous. And that's not even trying to dick ride. It's just saying, like, those guys say real shit out loud. You two are a couple of fucking, like, Alex is a fucking disinfo artist. And Nick, you're an internet troll kind of guy. Like, you're no threats to power at all. You're no threat to it. In fact, you boost it. Quote unquote power, by the way, not real power. Just political, social, we perceive as power, but it's bullshit. It's just devil worshipping, Either way, let's continue. Quit your yapping. Let Nick talk. Here we go.
Never got banned, nothing on Twitter with a check mark. I can't get a check mark over there. And I don't think there's ever been an interruption in service for her. And the reason being is because they prefer somebody like that. They prefer somebody that is totally outlandish, that can be discredited, that sounds crazy, over somebody that actually has an ideological. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I totally agree.
That is such bullshit. Alex, come on, Alex Jones, isn't that guy? I think you said Iran has 13 nuclear weapons already. Come on, Mr. Disinfo artist, and also you, Nick. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, easy pickings. Here we go.
Here's my deal. I always have the corporate media lie about what I said and build a straw man that I did. Or make a gay frog joke, but I did a whole hour with
Here's Alex defending himself because he knows he said the wild shit too. He knows it.
So they take your little edgelord thing, and then when you later say I'm joking, sorry, they cut that part off. They know what they're doing. That's what the listeners know we're actually saying versus what's going on.
You can listen to Nick in full context, and he still sounds
my
like
listeners are like, look at the Egyptian planes, look to it fake. And then, okay, this Mitch thing, look him up, obvious con artist, all this stuff's pure crap. I just say, hey, I think you're being set up. I get attacked. Then he has this whole story about his wife breaking his arms and feet and everything with a hammer and on this date. And he's arrested. He's convicted. Videos released of him doing to her what he said she did on the date, everything. And they said, well, we don't care if he did that. Prove he wasn't in Fort Huachuca. I'm like, I'm not denying he was at this magical fort. These people all gave alibis. Well, we don't believe those alibis, even though on C-SPAN, when this is going on, the congressman. And I reached out and I
it's so obvious why Candace is rolling these two.
I knew they were going to meet her. They gave her all this info, said, please stop. God. And she doubled down and had Mitch on, to say, by the way, I saw, Erica Kirk there at Huachuca. And then she released her alibi with timestamped geolocated photos. Not good enough. And it was like, she's God, you got to bow to her, the arrogance of this. And then I said, okay, that's enough. And then it came out his ex-wife, or I guess they're still married, she'll never show up to court, literally sends the footage of the day he's arrested, convicted for menacing with a hammer, him beating things, attacking, breaking doors, coming after her in front of the kid, doing what he wouldn't let her leave. She told these shows that she wouldn't let him leave. And they're like, look, he's a total. They go, we don't care. Her own people said, a prominent host said, Jones is Mossad. Listen, we don't care what Mitch Snow did. We have to listen to him. Turn on his military record where he broke his back. None of that's true. And then it came out. He said in early December, I am the son of the Zodiac Killer, and did shows about it and everything. Then when that comes out, they go, oh, they've hacked his account. Alex Jones has done it. And later they go, no, actually he did interviews about it. They go, well, maybe he is the son of the Zodiac Killer. Plus, he's got the DNA. No one knows who it is. No one has his DNA. But don't worry, Mitch has got his DNA. I mean, it's the classic disinfo to bring him in and then have him say he's Santa Claus to discredit it all. I don't see this being done accidentally. The fact that she fished him out, and the fact that she went after RFK Jr. during his confirmation with Mossad and this woman in this car with no proof. It was so hard pushed to everybody's phones. And of course, none of it was true. I mean, so I see something there more sinister, Nick. I really do.
Yeah, Alex, here's the thing. He has some points to make about Candace's stories and shit like that. Because a lot of it seems flimsy, or when a trail goes dry, she just fucking pretends she never said it in the first place, which is a lot what Alex does too, by the way. He makes shit up and then moves on like he didn't say it and hopes the audience forgot he said it. He does that quite a bit. But with the RFK thing, like, yeah, Candace, Ian Carroll, they made this whole hoopla, and they're like, well, you're going to have to wait for more evidence. And now that story disappeared. So, like, they'll be able to have some points. I'm saying on the PR side of things, on the pop YouTube PR side of things, I'm sorry. She's going to roll you guys. Because this screams desperation the way they sound. It screams desperation. And Candace will be a cool cucumber. Well, let's continue.
I think it's certainly possible. And, you know, she's at a level where it would be hard to believe that somebody isn't in her ear, especially the stuff with like Brigitte Macron. That doesn't seem random to me. A lot of the things that are coming across her desk, it doesn't seem like that accidentally made its way into her inbox. A lot of that stuff seems like it's, you know, being promoted in some way. So I think you're right about that. I think your hunch is 100% on the money. But it's really...
If Candace was nice to Nick, he wouldn't be saying this. He's like Jimmy Dore, basically. If you insult him personally, he'll go after you, no matter what your ideas are. If you be nice to him, he'll be nice to you, regardless of your ideas. Right? He just shit on Candace about these wild ideas and all this shit that looks like a disinfo artist and some sort of like propagandist as he's talking to Alex Jones. But Alex is nice to him, so he doesn't bring up all the shit that he could about Alex Jones. Or he's too stupid, or he just doesn't watch enough Alex Jones. I don't know. But either way, the things he's claiming about Candace Owens can be claimed about Alex Jones. But don't worry, Alex is nice. Just leave him alone. Let's continue.
It's been spectacular to see. At one point, I wanted to say, I think she needs to stop. She's damaging the movement. This is really hurting everybody. Now, I almost want her to keep going because I think she's sort of isolating herself, and now she's only damaging herself. I mean, in 2025, she had the rule of the roost, and I thought what she was doing was really irresponsible. I thought it was kind of hurting everybody that ever associated with her or sounds like her. After her show the other day where she said, I'm an alien and Charlie Kirk is a time traveler and he had Sumerian remote viewing technology, I think now everybody is just saying, okay, so this is just a crazy psychopath. You know, this is somebody that
not
has,
everybody.
No clue what she's talking about. So now I kind of want...
No, don't worry about that, Nick. She can move on like she didn't say it and just focus on you and revamp her already growing podcast. She'll just use you as a fucking trophy to run over or whatever the fuck. That's what's gonna happen, Nick. I'm sorry, but don't worry, guys. You'll see. You'll see in the Candace video. The rolling he receives. Here we go.
To see it keep going because at a certain point you have to hope, like you maybe out of faith in humanity, you have to hope that eventually people are going to see this. Like the Egyptian plane thing, it was talked about in 25 different shows she did. It's all fake. She literally just got it all wrong. And the guy did a great YouTube video about it. She comes out and says, well, I'm going to put out an interactive map and I'm going to put it up on my website because we have this. And she just never posted it. And then it's on to the next thing. It was on to the next big diversion, the Mitch thing. Now it's the time
You're
traveling.
The next diversion,
and you go, at what point do people just look at the logical gaps here, the plot
By the way,
holes?
I apologize because I feel like, have you ever gone to like a county fair and you eat the cotton candy and then you're vomiting in the parking lot an hour later. I mean, with her, I went and looked at it because listeners wanted me to, and I was shocked. I feel sick looking at it. I haven't looked at her in about a week other than her attacking you. What's going on with the time traveling? What?
So she did a...
Alex, you've said some wild shit. Shout to Beyond Absurd. Alex, you've said some wild shit yourself. What was it? Tucker Carlson attacked by a demon in his dreams or something like that. He had actual scratches and blood on him. And you were like, yeah. God damn it, Tucker, you're right. And him explaining interdimensional beings and shit. Should I just play that? Should I just play that? Let me just play it. I said, hopefully I can just find his channel. It's a small channel, but hopefully I can find it. Fucking perfect. And oh yeah, go subscribe to Beyond Absurd. He's like a clipper. He clips things. Where's the Tucker and let me see. Should I just play a little bit of this? Because it's just funny and so.
They want to train you to be weak. They want to train you. That's a nasty taste coming up in my mouth. I'm tasting those globalists. I can taste their fear and their weakness. I taste metal. I taste blood. Fuck them! Fuck them! Fuck you! I'll never give up, motherfuckers! Fuck them! Fuck you, New World Order! Fuck you! To me, it's like the Thing. I'm living like with fucking Kurt Russell and the fucking Thing. We're in the fucking Antarctica, the fucking aliens taking over. I'm just fucking trying to win, man. And there's
it's less so about the. It has to be the wild stuff. Maybe it's in here somewhere. I could just go to it. Where's that exact fucking? I say because he linked one in the video the other day. Which one was it? I would sure, dude. This.
You are expressing something like a moth that, like a caterpillar becomes a moth or a butterfly. You are projecting through space-time genetically for this larger plan. And we're about to hit the final next level of the explosion. And there's a interdimensional attack, obviously, on this jump point.
What's up, man?
This is that moment in time and civilization where we're at the crossroads.
You doing a video right now or just watching?
I'm restarting the video.
Sets the stage right now. We're at a fourth turning at a massive jump point.
What is that? Tell our audience more. They're not as familiar with these terms. I know what fourth turning means. What do you mean fourth turning, jump point? Go deeper, Alex.
Pause.
The rigid structure during these turnings softens some every 80 or 90 to, it's on average 87 years. They soften and they can mold it like a sculptor. But in a super turning, it goes liquid. Okay? And then now with all the technology, if you have a super turning, it's going to be the supernova of supernova mega turnings. The U.S. has isolated.
Oh, that's what he means. I thought that was the fourth turning was like something deeper than like just basic understandings of system changes and economic changes.
A piece of it would blow the planet completely into smithereens. A larger weapon obviously would destroy the entire solar system.
What?
Oh, Tucker Carlson's out, by the way. It's great. And healthy and good for you that way. But it's not nicotine that's bad. It's the delivery systems. And I'm so proud to stand with a God-loving, conservative, anti-globalist Jew. And I'm so proud to stand with him against all the anti-Semites that attack us for not wanting to kill all the Jews.
I don't even know what that is. Okay.
Hey, Josh, did you report prop last night?
Dude, let's not do this in the middle of the video again. I restarted it.
Sorry.
Please. Thank you. Message them. Please. Anyway, either way, Alex says...
I can't.
You can't? You can tag him in Discord. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Just go ahead then.
Violated me, bro. I can't post shit. I can't message. I can't friend anybody.
But just go ahead and ask the question, and if you want to answer.
You're good, bro. Just keep talking. I wasn't gonna answer. Sorry.
Hey, you can go ahead and answer.
Well, are you gonna? I don't know.
To leave and come back real fast.
I think you hurt.
I didn't report anybody.
Well, you don't have to.
I came to talk to Jordan. It's all good, bro. Keep
on keeping on. I like it.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, go about the video. Alex and this dorky fucking
Nick Fuentes.
I don't like his flannel. It's the weird color. So
look at his paws. His head to arms ratio is kind of weird to me. I don't know why.
He's got like a big mouth head.
It's like a bobblehead.
Well, it's really nice being able to report people and remain anonymous. I'm going to start doing
It's not
that.
his arms. It's the shoulders to his head. Like, look at the shoulder width to his head. Like
he's like his body's a doll and he's just putting his head on top and
yeah, it's like there's like a metal piece like in the middle and just propped up.
All right, let's go back to Alex Jones calling other people crazy. Here we go.
Show, and she said that the CIA through Project Looking Glass has access to ancient Sumerian remote viewing technology. She says that Charlie was identified as a gifted child by some sort of shadowy occult force early on, groomed his entire life since he was a little boy to be the head of Turning Point USA.
I mean, we're really out there.
He somehow gained possession over the technology, saw his death in the future and how it would alter the space-time continuum. And so, as I said, one time this was a story about Turning Point USA. Now Charlie Kirk is a pivotal figure in the multiverse, in the space-time continuum. It's a conspiracy concerning...
Just to be clear, I can confirm this. I saw Jay Dyer yesterday with a post about...
I do appreciate the X-Men memes.
You are awash in a globalist scent. Disgusting. Hi, Jordan.
Hi, Joseph. I appreciate the saying that. Well, Charlie was apparently was a fucking X-Men. he went to a school for special kids that have like mutant powers or something. That shit's funny to me. It's funny, but I don't know if that's exactly what Candace is saying. To be fair, but God.
Well, I went to a special school for a while. Maybe I got mutant powers. I have the power to annoy Matt Hunter.
He does it to himself. All right, let's continue. Here we go.
Concerning.
Just to be clear, I can confirm this.
He's another guy that got busted by Drop.
With a post
3 times.
He does satire sometimes. I thought it
less
was
than
a
a
joke. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Wow. And again, that's premeditated. She's going for the total lunatic faction. I mean, she is doubling down. Here it is. Charlie Kirk was a time traveler, and then he had agents, yes, like the Matrix, monitoring him from childhood. Wow.
To be fair, when I heard her talk out loud, it didn't sound like she's just saying that like in a crazy way. He's just reading the caption and saying, "Look, here's the proof," without playing her video. Maybe they do later. I don't know.
What the fuck did I just walk into, Jordan?
My attempted video yesterday. I'm redoing it. Here we go.
Hey, Josh, if Pop comes back and he shits on you again, I'm not defending you.
Anyways.
Kiss my fucking ass.
Here we go.
Oh.
Thanks, Harrison.
I couldn't believe it either. I read the caption. I had to watch the video. I said, there's no way that she actually said the words, but there it is. I'm an alien. He's a time traveler.
If you ask Grok or if you ask a sports nutritionist,
is that the entire video?
Gay time traveling fed from Chicago.
Break, I was watching it. I mean, I'm not even trying to be mean, folks, and I'm not an infighter. I boost everybody I think's good. I want to beat the globalists. They're trying to put me in prison. Okay.
Put me in jail.
As a competition intellectually. I see
Infowars.com/
our ideas
commissary.
I don't think I've ever seen that much paper on his desk.
The dominant force in winning. but just briefly, this is so
Look at it.
And people need to understand this.
Look at it.
By the way, what he means by winning is just Republicans winning the midterms. That's all he means by winning. It doesn't mean defeating the globalists.
We want to fight back against globalists. We got to win the midterms.
Yeah, it doesn't mean.
You understand that, Jordan?
It doesn't mean, golden age is here. The bad guys have fallen. Peace on earth. It just means Republicans just win the midterms. That's his idea of that. That's why he initially was pissed off at Candace Owens. That's why he wants to basically wants to shut her up because she's getting in the way of the midterms. They're gonna put me in jail, damn it. And he's fucking furious about it. God
Bro,
damn it, we need
imagine,
Trump.
like, knowing as much as, like, Alex Jones, like, I suppose, like, he knows a decent bit, right? And being, like, such an anchor to society, like, dragging people down, like, they're, like, in terms of, like, what they can know and stuff like that, just bringing it all down to the midterms and Democrat and Republican. It's, like, so pathetic.
But,
Well, I don't know about calling them anchors. Anchors sometimes serve a purpose. These people don't.
mountains will crumble, the seas will split, the sun will rise if we get the Republicans to win the midterms. Like, that's the way he's selling it, like that. Like some sort of epic thing is happening. He's such a full of shit.
If Republicans lose the midterms, Western civilization is fallen, and therefore billions must die.
And this little thing that what Nick is doing is that he gets a platform to be on. He gets a platform, right? But if one day Alex says something mean or critical about Nick, we'll watch it turn around and watch him make a full mixtape about Alex Jones and shitting all over him. Everything that Nick has said in this video about Candace, this motherfucker's blatantly guilty of. I mean, Candace could be too, but he's full of shit too. Like, straight up full of shit. So it's like, that makes any sense.
At this point, Jordan, I find I don't have much choice but to go in assuming that all these people are full of shit.
I mean, good.
I know that's not charitable, but given the shit that keeps happening, I just find it difficult to operate on any other assumption.
Listen, I will not get in the way of anyone calling, at least definitely these three people. If they call them full of shit, I'm not jumping in front of that. I'll say my own personal take, which is like, I'll leave room, for every human being. I'll leave room for them. But, the evidence I see so far, like, screams full of shit out of all three of these people. Like, if people listen to my videos about Nick earlier, where it was Candace and Tucker shitting on Nick, I defended him a little bit more. But the more and more I've been seeing him more and more so, like, recently, and it's like, oh, this guy's full of it, isn't he? He puts on a show for his audience, doesn't he? Where's the authenticity at? Where's it at? The key to talking out loud for whoever, for an amount of an audience, small or large, the main point is to what? Be your fucking self. Unless you're on fucking Broadway or something. Otherwise, what's your fucking point? What is the point after that? But,
there is no point.
I mean, it's just... Listen, man, this is where we're at. It is what it is. Let's keep playing. I'll play a little bit more and see if... Because I think they got their points out of just calling her kind of crazy or whatever. Or full of shit. But I wonder if there's a little bit more. Let's play.
Natural. And I've been a natural in that I was drawn to this. It's all I ever wanted to do. No one tried to get me into politics. No one tried to get me to read political books or military books. I just couldn't stay away from it. Same thing with you since you were, like you said, 12. And then look at the record, you're in newspapers when you're 13 about politics. Your pedigree is real, out of the dirt. Real grassroots. All these new people coming in, we're not in competition with them. We want to take over and fix things, but we're in competition with their lies, their amateurism, and the fact that they're trying to shut us down because they're operating from a place of wanting to be dominant themselves, not intellectually dominant. So just in the few minutes we have this short segment, some stations don't carry it, but I'm going to put it on X later, and Rumble, quantify that, because I'm kind of putting my words to your words about the facts. Like, OGs need to be respected because we have the pedigree to prove it being right and where we came from. We didn't just show up. Nobody should ever just trust people that suddenly just show up.
Well, and it's not even just that, although that's totally true. It's just about, are you getting it right?
Nick,
because for me, it's not about the personalities. I love to disagree with people, and I love to collab with people and promote people that are, like you said, we want our ideas to win. We want America first to prevail. But where I started to have a problem with some of these types is they started to put out this stuff about the Frankists. It's a big Frankist conspiracy. And then the Charlie Kirk stuff. And you start to say, okay, so I have no problem, like you said, with newcomers. We want to promote newcomers. We want fresh blood, and we want energy, and we want excitement. We want a Big Ten. I used to run AFPAC. Now I'm thinking maybe it's not the best idea with all the violence going on. Who knows the future of it? But we used to put on a convention every year where we brought in everybody that we could, everybody that was even adjacent or remotely on the same page to speak, because we want the movement to be as big as possible. But like you said, I think you said it in a great way. We're not in competition with them. It's with their lies that are actually hurting the integrity of the movement and what we're doing. It's not about gatekeeping our share of the pie. It's about, we need to protect the integrity of the message. And that comes with, whether it's these left-wing types, that comes whether it's these Islamist types, the conspiracy cranks. The message needs to be America first, and it needs to be factual, because, a good friend of mine used to say this, Keith Woods, I'm doing his thing.
Oh, you don't want to joust about facts with me.
Is that we have the truth.
You don't want to.
We don't have the giant budget that they have. We don't have the grip on power that they have. But the one most powerful weapon that we have in our arsenal, whether we're censored or intimidated, harassed, whatever, is that we are right. We have the truth. We are telling the truth. And
man, that would sound nice if it was like actually true.
Or true.
Yeah. But listen, he can't say it. First of all, he can't say us and include Alex Jones there. There's no fucking way you can convince me that Alex Jones is some sort of truth fucking teller. I'm sorry. Now, that's just easily dismissed by me. But now to Nick. I'm trying to figure out what you're providing to the public. What information are you providing? Because everything I hear from you, I've already heard before. Yes, you're, dousing it and fucking edgelord kind of trolling comedy style thing, but it's not really different than things we've already heard before. And this ties back to like before, when Nick was basically like almost like taking credit, right? For like, do you see why people are now questioning Israel? Huh? This is what we did. It's like, I don't think you're a portion of it. For sure, you're a famous name and you have an audience. You have a portion of things. But even then, when people started saying things about Israel, they would be like, yeah, I disagree. I don't like what we do with Israel, but I'm not like Nick Fuentes. He's different. Like, in fact, they would say the words anti-Semitic about Nick Fuentes. Or just not saying anything about him at all. And it's like, no surprise, right? There's no surprise to it. And what happens? He gets butthurt if someone like Marjorie Taylor Greene is like, yeah, wait a minute, I just watched some videos of this guy. I can't associate with him. He probably understands why it's happening, but he still gets butthurt anyways. Screams to his fans, take her down. She's a betrayer. Right? At the same time, it has no impact on her. It's like he's not pulling votes from that lady if she wanted to run again. He's not going to be the one that decides whether she wins or not. This is like, is it peak project? Is that the word, projection? That like, hey, I'm a part of this message and it's winning. It's like, no, you're fucking not.
He's deluded.
Well, it's just like I don't. If he thinks he's that, like his ideas are that unique, or that he's the one driving them, I don't fucking believe it. I don't believe it. I see other online celebrities wanting to talk to you for the sake of garnering an audience, right? More views. I get it. But as far as regular ass people, if they actually listen to you, like they wouldn't be able to listen to your show without turning it off like 5 minutes in. You'll say some wild shit. They might be able to like a clip here or there that's 1 minute or 2 minutes long, but an actual broadcast and the shit your fans say to you and you say to them, they'd be like, what is this? Who are these children? Who is this? Yeah, I think Nick needs to step back and give Gaza a little bit more credit for why people are shitting on Israel now. Give what happened to Gaza a little bit more credit than you screamed Israel for so long that all of a sudden now everyone's like into going after Israel. Like, no, not the fucking case. I think a genocide is what caused that.
And the only reason why he cares about Israel is because there's some Jews in Israel. Like, that's the only reason why he actually cares. If he does care. You know what I mean? But Nick Fuentes will never talk about how there was this one time Netanyahu was like talking to Congress, right? And he was like 41, I mean, he was like 1,200 people slaughtered from 41 different countries. And it's like, well, what does that mean? That's like 41 different like colonial like countries that are coming over to like this area to be like basically like seasonal colonialist, seasonal settlers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And let's be real, by numbers, a lot of Americans make their way over there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
for the most part, probably just kind of dumb brainwash style people, or people just doing kind of quasi regular stuff. Although, you know, having the backdrop of a destroyed city of, you know, burned children and women and men. But, you know, there are some that are definitely fucking batshit crazy, doing batshit crazy shit over there. I mean, they can probably go over there and commit murder, and it's okay.
The reason a lot of these people get suckered into going over there is because the state of Israel gives them, they get gross benefits for doing the shit that they're doing.
Oh, yeah. From settlers to IDF to whatever. And the U.S. is continuing to bankroll a lot of this. It is what it is. All right, let's continue. Let's hear Nick tell us how the movement should go. Here we go.
The one most powerful weapon that we have in our arsenal, whether we're censored or intimidated, harassed, whatever, is that we are right. We have the truth. We are telling the truth. And the second that you start to compromise that weapon by lying, by being irresponsible, by being reckless, by having some other motivation, well, then you're taking yourself out of the game. You sabotage your credibility. You sabotage yourself. You sabotage the whole movement. And then we're no better than the other side. I mean, what's the difference if they're pushing some ridiculous fantasy narrative and we're doing something else? Well, at least they're doing it with a bigger budget and better clothes, you know. So I didn't get into this because I wanted to be the number one show. I'm not an
but then he's pushing the pause real quick
because
but then he himself is pushing the fantasy that, and Alex Jones too, they're both pushing the fantasy that America can make a comeback when it's like verifiably in decline.
Well, and it's by the way of might, right? It's by the way of like, let's just fucking use our might and like get the illegal immigrants out. Let's take over this country. Let's own this hemisphere. Let's own these territories. Let's win these things, these battles. Like, yeah.
And it's like, once you kick out the fucking immigrants, once you kick out the homeless, then, you know, whoever's not exactly like Nick Fuentes, what do you have left? Like, is there going to be like another like type of like class divide just among those people, or is like the golden age really going to usher in?
It's not. No, it's not. And by the way, the thing is, Nick will scream like it was his thing, like it's like he's a part of it. Like, no, you're fucking not. Sorry, Brett, my man, you're a fucking victim. Him getting out here like, look the fuck we can do. Look what the USA can do. Like, nothing to do with you, Nick. You gave no commands, no orders, no nothing. It's the same cunty administration that's been here for you know, basically a year now. Yeah, actually, you can go back to Biden and Trump and Obama and Bush, but whatever. That's the same. It's
basically
it's
the
their
same
motives.
Shit that's always been there.
Yeah, it's their motives and their drives and their actions. It's not, man, he's really starting to like what I think should happen. Maybe Trump is turning a corner here. That's not happening.
Their the ruling class's relationship with Nick Fuentes begins and ends with his utility to them. That's it.
What's the old school shit? Like, was it like Looney Tunes or something? Or maybe like an earthquake happens and you see the guy scrambling around the house trying to catch every plate and make sure they don't hit the ground. That's what Alex Jones does. That means Alex Jones is aware that this is a failing fucking administration. So thus he has to fucking pick up the glasses or pick up the plates before they crash on the ground and shatter into a million pieces. He has to save the narrative to make sure, like, oh, guys, it's okay. We're winning. Golden age. As he scrambles around the fucking house. That's what Alex Jones does. Nick is out here pretending like he did something in regards to that. Like, no, you fucking did it. No, you fucking
exactly.
did it.
Like, Nick doesn't, like, hold on real quick. Nick doesn't, like, pull things from within himself or like the very bottom and like bring it to the top. He literally repurposes the shit that gets put on him from the top and just, says he came up with it, even though it's from the top down.
Look what we did. Gripper movement.
All he's getting defecated on.
And all the PR efforts to kind of like get rid of guys like Crowder or Charlie Kirk, right? All those years he spent didn't work. Didn't help because those guys had actual help from the White House and from, political PACs, and fucking money people and anonymous billionaires and shit like that. So thus, you had no real
entire
fucking
circle.
thing.
That entire circle of right-wing pundits is almost entirely billionaire funded.
Yeah.
There is very, very little organic popularity with those people, if there's any at all.
Yeah. And then you fast forward to now. Now he loves Charlie Kirk, and he's friends with Crowder now, doing interviews with him. Look at that. So instead of you taking anyone down, you just ended up joining them.
Yeah, it's almost like the shit was all a work from the very fucking beginning.
I mean, I don't know, but people will let Candace tell us what she thinks after this. But here we go. Just a little bit more because they're kind of moving away from the Candace thing. Here we go.
Well, at least they're doing it with a bigger budget and better clothes, so I didn't get into this because I wanted to be the #1 show. I'm not an Oprah wannabe. I got into it because I wanted to tell the truth. And we need to guard against people that have any other motivation.
Watch my content or something. What's going on?
And like I said, my listeners were like looking at the
That'd be hilarious.
Elizabeth Snow, and I went, it was like, Houston horse crap.
Psychopath.
And I'm like, hey, I think we lied to. Shut up, Israel. And I'm like, you're insulting my intelligence. Okay.
Well, even more psychopathic Oprah.
Right. This Mitch Snow guy is a flaming con man who she still defends. We'll be right back. All right.
All right. I think we can leave it there. Flaming con man? Is that a thing? All right, whatever. Let's get to the candidates. Because
I was gonna say, I think there might have been a Freudian slip there someplace.
So this shit, we basically watched all of it, as far as like not all of it, but like the Nick Fuentes portion. And I was laughing my ass off. I thought it was hilarious.
Look at her fixing her earpiece.
This shit is a fucking joke. This is ass.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Alex and Nick were projecting some sense of substance, even though I think it's bullshit because, once again, 99% of the shit that Nick was saying as a negative about Candace or other people, you can apply to Alex as easy as anything. It really is that simple.
You could apply it to almost any of them, and you'll more or less come out on top.
Yeah. And
phrasing, boom.
Pause. And the Alex stuff that he's saying about Candace would definitely. I played you some clips. He has said, I mean, that was like a tiny sample size. He has said wild shit throughout his entire fucking content creation, radio hosting career. Right? So ridiculous. So, but either way, fuck the analysis. The thing I was talking about mostly here was this whole PR idea. As in, that's what I mean when Candace rolls both these fools. But she's going to focus on Nick here, I believe. But she just outflanks them PR-wise because she has the ability to say, Trump, go fuck yourself. And also say, that's for Alex Jones. And she also has the ability to say, we shouldn't be overthrowing governments like Nick and his support of Maduro being ousted, right? And his support of, let's be real, massacres, essentially. I think,
and how fucked is that?
I mean, he won't
how
say
bad
it in
do you
words.
got to be to get outflanked by Candy?
Yeah, he won't say it exactly in words. Maybe he learned his lesson from back in the day. But if you read between the lines of what Nick says, like, you're essentially okay with massacres because once again, 80 people died, right? And 80 plus people died in the Venezuelan thing, right? In the ousting of Maduro.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't mention it, did he? He said no U.S. casualties. So it worked out. It's like, oh, okay. So it is the idea of imperialism. I'm just going to go with the trolling voice of Nick Fuentes when he screams like, yeah, I'm an imperialist. let's take over the world. America first, bitch. Right? I'm saying what he seems to actually believe in when he has a nice calm, saying his just factual information, or sorry, his actual beliefs, allegedly, out loud. Like it sounds like John Bolton, which is death and destruction across the fucking planet, in my humble opinion. So, either way, I mean, those alone would lose you the PR thing. But
well, he's okay going along with it because at minimum, he expects that he'll get little treats.
Yeah, and
in some way.
Candace plays some clips back to back, and you can see how like Nick, you embarrassed yourself. It is what it is. But let's hear it. Here we go.
All right, let's get to Nick Fuentes. Staying on this theme, it sort of feels like over time they've been softening things and making it sound different. This is, by the way, for people who initially, and I know people have changed their minds as things grew more radical, but I think people who initially were supporting the transgender movement were not doing so out of evil. They just, it's, this kid's going through some stuff, or I want to be a supportive parent. I think they were very ill-guided. It was obvious to me that as soon as you start saying that children have the authority when they're 4 to decide about their bodies, we know what comes next. We just know what comes next. It's obvious. And it's never, they're always trying to throw these things out to exist.
That doesn't happen.
Left-right paradigm, but it's just the sickos at the top trying to accomplish their aims, and also slowly introducing this in culture. We spoke about that.
I could think of
how
like a
they're
very
now kind of
small
soft selling
minority
us
of
incest
that they turn
and
into.
pedophilia at all
Everyone's
times.
doing this.
And of course, if you've read Hollywood Babylon in our book club, then you know that this is the founding story of Hollywood. That is Hollywood's founding story. They were after this Babylonian culture. They largely imported a bunch of Viennese directors who had been engaging in pedophilia over in Vienna, and that it was rampant. It was just rampant. Anyway, Nick Fuentes is one of these people who is trying to.
So everybody in Hollywood is Roman Polanski. Got it.
But granted, they're the ones that expose Roman Polanski, ironically, right? Other fucking actors and shit like that. Same with whoever you want to. Harvey Weinstein, someone she interviewed, right? Harvey Weinstein, called out by Hollywood people. It's just like people. It's just human beings are human beings, right? It is what it is. Fucking, the creator of Major League Baseball could be some cunt that said some racist or full of shit things. But guess what? It doesn't mean the players know about it or believe in that at all. Just saying, right?
Yeah, and it's full of
gotta be real. Empathy first, right?
It's full of grab asses and kitty diddlers as Hollywood is. It used to be even worse.
Yeah, until
that's the fucked up part.
Until some of them started trying to clean house, essentially. And at least, once again, I'm not some SJW social justice warrior or whatever the fuck, right? But
you don't have to be on that kick to recognize what goes on.
Yeah, but like, let's just be real though. There's probably people saying things and reporting things a long time ago, and they weren't listened to. And then they found a little moment in time to say something, and it fucking took off from there. Seemingly. But and there's probably just some stories that are bullshit as well. Throw that in there. All right, but either way, it's not about Hollywood. It's about Nick fucking Fuentes. Here we go.
Fuentes is one of these people who is trying to soften it. So for clarity, before we listen to this clip, Jeffrey Epstein had been accused of trafficking children, 8 years old, 11 years old. He, for his own birthday, as a birthday present to himself, found some 12-year-old triplets who were dirt poor, and his friend, Jean-Luc Brunel in Paris, flew these 12-year-old triplets to Jeffrey Epstein, okay? No one's arguing about Jeffrey Epstein's perverted interest, a sexual interest. Someone's arguing that. However, Nick Fuentes is going to explain why actually that's not pedophilia. Take a listen.
This whole pedo thing, it's like, is it really pedophilia? I don't want to be the one that has to say it. but I guess I'm being forced to say it. It's not really pedophilia, okay? They weren't trafficking 5-year-olds. It was like they were technically not legal. Big difference, in my opinion. I know that's a controversial take, but that's not really the issue there. Okay?
And a lot of these guys are like 50,
not that they
60,
were barely
70 years
legal
old, right?
teens, which is what it is. It's horrendous. It's awful. It's pedophilia. Okay, relax. No, the issue is that Epstein is a Jewish spy probably working with Israel. That's the dilemma there. He's working with Israeli intelligence.
Now, Candace paused there and ended it there, and I want to do the same with whoever's watching this video. It's like, you listen to that, and it's almost like he's dismissing the idea of trafficking underage, quote-unquote, underage girls, right? He would say, quote-unquote, right?
Yeah.
But you guys tell me if he does a PR cleanup here when Candace plays the next clip. Here we go.
Honestly, this is a time where it is appropriate to say this.
Stop. That's it.
Yeah, she's gone for shit
That's
talking.
all I have to say.
I'm with it, the Pop
Stop.
YouTube day. Pop YouTube.
Agree.
I'm with it.
I watched episodes. Just stop.
Let the pettiness
right there.
fly.
Why are we always here in society for no reason? How easy is it not to do that? Okay, not
Isn't
to
Erica
try
saying that
to
to Candace?
use some technicality.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, who do you think is in control of these?
Oh yeah,
definitions,
she's a beauty
by the
queen,
way?
bro.
I mean,
That's my girl.
they are changing the definition of what it means to be a girl and a boy right now. So if you can find, well, look at this definition. Technically, if the person is 11, if the person's not under 5, who cares if they're prepubescent? The point is not pedophilia. We're just, we've expanded the definition. We're constantly expanding and changing definitions to confuse people against common sense, okay? If you are sexually interested in prepubescent children, you're a pedophile. How about that? Is that easy? Thumbs up? Cool? We good? And what is just so remarkable to me, and like I said, I've been
There's no
fine
feeling
with
behind
him
this at all.
doing his thing.
Christ,
Obviously,
Candace.
he's a federal informant. It's ridiculous for people that don't
This is such a
understand that. It's
fucking
ridiculous that
war.
people just keep.
She calls him a federal informant. He's clear as day. He's a federal informant, you know. And here we go.
Wow. How about that? Is that easy? Thumbs up? Cool? We good? And what is just so remarkable to me, and like I said, I've been fine with him doing his thing. Obviously, he's a federal informant. It's ridiculous for people that don't understand that. It's ridiculous that people just keep following him despite the overwhelming evidence. I mean, this guy took a meeting with Dan Wilkes' partner after years of screaming about Ben Shapiro and talking about Israel. And all. He took a meeting with
my
Defend
God.
Texas Liberty and Ferris Wilkes' partner, and pitched, they actually, one reporter got documents, was pitching to sell the data of his followers. And people were like, that's fine. He led people into a Capitol with a bullhorn
Roll him.
and said, ignore police, storm the barriers, as if he had fed instructions. And we know for a fact he was informed the night before by Milo Yiannopoulos, that the feds were going to beat, that there was some Fed trap happening. And despite that, he went with a bullhorn. He didn't just attend. He had a bullhorn and he's telling people to storm, and he doesn't get arrested. And his lawyer wants to go off record when he's asked directly about whether or not he is a federal informant. It's been so in your face and obvious.
Now, I'm sorry, Nick, but you saying, well, just bringing up aliens and dreams and stuff, crazy, is not going to compare to what Candace is doing to you right now. And I think it gets worse. Because it's not just information where it's like, I'm knocking down the substance of your character, but also she's going to add like some embarrassment on top of it.
What substance?
So I'm just saying, Joe. I'm just saying she's going for like, here, like, eat this. And then she walks away and goes and gets her fucking nails done or something. Like, hi, yada, yada, eat shit. Da, 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 da. Just moves on with her day. Anyways, let's continue.
The ridiculous, I just got $250,000 in Bitcoin from France from a guy who's killed himself and published a letter 24 hours after he was dead because he set it on a timer and it's in perfect English. And anybody who's ever been to France, French people don't speak perfect English. They are not writing a letter in English, even if they speak perfect English. It's just been so absurd that
I don't know.
It offends my senses. It
It's just
offends
my
my
fence.
sensibility that people have been following him. This is a Glee Club kid.
I know
He's
a couple
dramatic.
French speakers who
I
both
like
speak
Nick
and
Fuentes
type
clips.
perfectly fine English.
Understood. You're missing the diss track, Jeff. Lock in. Here we go. The Glee Club kid. Here we go.
Senses. It offends my sensibility that people have been following him. This is a Glee Club kid, okay? He's dramatic. I like Nick Fuentes clips. Like I like watching Real Housewives clips. And this is, by the way, the problem, as I've said,
Jesus.
that heterosexual men cannot continue to follow theater boys. This is actually an illness in our society, is that people who are playing the part of men and are actually at their core theater boys and want to go to Congress and want to have platforms and would never fight wars, they are, for whatever reason, being listened to by actual men.
Oh, shit.
Just unbelievable to me that the statement was made and you couldn't see that it was going to end here. Of course, this is what happens. This is what happens when you elect or you decide that you're going to follow people who don't like women. That's the reality. They don't like women. So family offends them. And despite making that statement, he then tries to do a 180.
These are all disses, but she's saying it like it's a news
report.
report.
Heard him say. Here's what he said in a follow-up, where he's going to yell at you for hearing what he just said, which is that it's not pedophilia. Take a listen.
This is not just about somebody was trafficking girls somewhere. That's not the story. The story is someone was trafficking girls to acquire blackmail to sell to Israel. That is the point. And that is what I said last night. I said, for someone to make it all about pedophilia,
little bit cleanup.
It's kind of just like, it's not really true because, again, it does get away from what's happening there. It is not satanic pedophilia cult stuff. It is really run-of-the-mill prostitution and sex trafficking, but for a international political purpose. And it's important not to lose sight of that. I saw Marjorie Green say this is about female victims. It's actually not about female victims.
Whoa.
It's about the integrity of our government. You understand the difference? It's not to say we're not sympathetic. It's not to say that it's not criminal. It's not to say that it's good. I'm not defending it. I'm saying this is not
clean that shit up.
This is not a human interest story. This is a layered crime. It's one crime in the furtherance of a much more politically significant crime. But all these dumb I mean, they literally just don't have the IQ to understand that. For them, it's just about screeching about the same nonsense every day. They don't understand what they're talking about. They have no idea about anything. They hear something they don't like. They say, oh, he's with Israel now. He got paid. I'm sorry. I've
That's
been
one of your
doing this
commentators.
way longer than you. When did you come on the scene? When did you get red-pilled? Last year? 10 minutes ago? When did you start talking about this stuff? Oh, now you're the expert and the gatekeeper. I'm done with that.
I'm still going to fight people about the way the red pill should be defined.
You don't have to unfollow me because I'm out.
I don't care if it's a losing battle.
This whole movement of Gen X idiots that are obsessed with satanic pedophile elite and psycho conspiracy kookery that doesn't even make sense. This Candace Owens bullshit.
This guy's weird.
Seriously.
I know.
I'm done with that.
Yeah, this.
Right.
That image right there, guys, like, huh, gotcha, bitch. Like,
what do you do with this?
Oh my god,
It's so simple.
How did it get cringier the second time seeing it? It got cringier somehow. My bad, Jesse.
Yeah. So he does this thing which always sounds very weird when people try to draw the technical line about what's a pedo. I guess you draw the line at puberty or that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's like 11, bro. Maybe younger. Sometimes good girls go to that young. So that's really weird.
Potentially start as young as 9.
Yeah, 9 through 11. So, and he's waving all of this off. Like he's even saying that's not the deal. Like so, all of that. I mean, in every state, I think it's at least 16, some to 18. It's statutory rape is what he's waving away, and he just said it's not about the girls, it's not about the victims. I mean, you can make an argument that it's about both. You know, the government corruption, but that's the thing that we have the least evidence on. That's what we need more evidence about.
Yeah.
The thing that's right in front of our eyes is what he just. Well, it's nothing. That's crazy.
Well, let's do a little thought experiment. If you take Epstein, let's say he's blackmailing politicians to do something, but it's about them something embarrassing. It's so-called embarrassing, right? Let's say they're gay, but they're in the closet and they pretend to be like a proud, Christian husband or something like that, right? It's like I think it'd be less. I think people would be less pissed about that. They'd be pissed, right? If their government officials being blackmailed to do actions for the Israeli government, they'd be pissed about that.
Or even an affair. It could be a woman and it's an affair.
Or an affair.
That can wreck their own life.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. But people get a little bit more angry when it is about kids. And
I want to wreck Prop's ass right now.
Jesus Christ.
I am furious.
Patience, Harrison. Pay attention. Lock in.
Anyways, but yeah, there's something, for whatever reason, there's something about it in society, right? And that's why that is to people as equally important as if he's subverting the U.S., if he's a part of subverting the U.S. government and blackmailing people to get them to do give Israel money or some shit like that, right? I'm sure they don't like lobbyists, but they don't go to the level of pedophilia about them, as far as their idea of the world. As far as the average person, right? They're not fucking leaping out of their seats to throw him in jail, release the documents, right? like this shit is. A main part of it is because in their mind, oh, it's kids. The innocent of us. You're fucking with them. And the other stuff is just on top of it, right? Makes it, I guess, a little bit weirder. Or in fact, it might even be a narrative to make the thing make sense. Right? Man, how does he know all of these famous people, all of these rich people, all of these business people, all of these fucking academic people? How do you know all these fucking people like that? With no real sense of what's he some fucking genius at? Right? Oh, okay. It's about some sort of network of fucking trafficking young girls to these fucking weirdos.
Probably some boys too.
And then he would record them, and probably boys too, yeah. And then he would record them to fucking blackmail them. Right? For whatever reason. But they want to know about the fucking trafficking and who was having sex with fucking underage kids. Or underage girls or underage boys. Who was doing that? That's what people mostly want to know. And Nick's calling them stupid for that. For demanding that simple thing first. No, it's about Israel. Yeah. Yeah, shut the fuck up. In fact, if you were actually really hardcore about the whole Epstein topic, right? You'd want, if you were doing some strategy shit, you'd take hey, you may not believe it's about Israel, but you may not believe it's human trafficking. But you want to know what's in the Epstein files anyways, right? I can work with you then on a strategical sense, right? Oh, we can work together to get these things released. Do rallies, say things on the internet, do videos, content about it, right? Rally people up to be yo, release the fucking files. Whether you think it's about Israel or you think it's about something else. So him poo-pooing that and dismissing it is just bizarre, even on a strategy level. And I think Nick is a strategist. It's very weird. I don't know if it's just to get back at Candace, just to go at her and say, we don't need these crazy theories. But then again, he was doing this before he had a beef with Candace Owens, right? With COVID stuff, wasn't he? Oh my, are you a doctor? Shut the hell up then. Right? He was doing that with COVID, so he is, John Bolton but doesn't like Israel. He's John Bolton without the Israel stuff. That is it. He is as mainstream as it gets. And he says edgelord shit on the internet. That's about it. I can't really find the real difference between all of them. But okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Trust me, there's more embarrassment here. Let's keep going.
This is the kid who sat across from me and said that people that are sub-Saharan just don't have a high IQ. Let me tell you what he strikes me as. Nick strikes me as someone who was really bright in high school.
Again,
and he got a little bit of fame and stopped reading books. That's it. This is what happens. People go, I made it. I don't have to learn anymore. I can just shut off my brain and keep repeating the same talking points. Because if you do not understand that this is a cult, that the theology matters much more than the politics, okay? This like left-right dialectic, it means nothing until you understand the theology that is guiding these elites worldwide. And
Hold on, just have to leave and come back real fast. And bless me. Here we go.
It is, in fact, occultic. It is, in fact, satanic. And these are, in fact, ritualistic. It's all over. You need but read articles that are in your face or conduct even a minor incursion into the history of psychology, which was brought upon our source, our shores, a minor incursion even to the establishment of Hollywood. It's right there in your face. And by the way, it is actually low IQ anti-Semitism, like you call it, to just go, oh, well, that's just all Jews. That's why I don't like Dave Smith. I don't even like Dave Smith, even though he's completely on our side on everything. It's him. That's actually what low IQ anti-Semitism is. Actually. Because to be clear, this occultic, ritualistic stuff, these people are gypsies. They exist in every faith. Let's be clear, Aleister Crowley was a student of this. Did Aleister Crowley exist? Did did Jack Parsons exist?
What's funny is, what does Nick say? Because it's just going to be, I mean, he might just, like, I don't give a shit about Alex Jones, so fuck it. I'll just say whatever I want. But if he goes in and starts shitting on these ideas that Candace is saying, he'd be shitting on Alex Jones too. But he may not give a fuck, right? He might just try to win the battle against Candace for PR. But I think it's an uphill climb here. Uphill climb for you, Nick Fuentes. And shit rolls downhill, just so you know. Here we go.
Who established the Apollo program at NASA? Was he similarly conducting occult sexual rituals to establish a moon child? Did we then suddenly go to the moon after the Apollo program was established? So actually, Nick, it's you that is demonstrating that you have a low IQ, or rather,
so we're questioning
that you
the
are
fucking
trying
moon landing
to tell
now.
your audience to stop learning.
Oh, there's plenty of questions.
You're trying
out there,
to convince them, and by the way,
but you're a mainstream,
you're trying to
normie
convince
science
them
guy.
that
I don't know.
Satan is a conspiracy theory.
We're helping you out, man. We're gonna rehab you.
On the minutia. The left versus right, right? It's Israel versus America. It's not bigger than that. There's no global.
We're definitely not going to get any serious information out of her.
The things she's saying are just repeats of shit that people have been saying for a while. Some have some, in my opinion, some merit to it. Some not necessarily. But either way, I think people that were saying it before, for the most part, seem to have a lot more integrity behind them saying it versus Candace just now repeating it at this point in time. I'll leave room for everyone, but I'm not convinced that Candace is doing this out of the righteousness in her heart. I'll say that. But let's continue, shall we?
That is demonstrating that you have a low IQ, or rather that you are trying to tell your audience to stop learning. You're trying to convince them, and by the way,
that actually sounds kind of legit of a statement. I don't know.
Satan is a conspiracy theory. Keep focused on the minutia. The left versus right, right? It's Israel versus America. It's not bigger than that. There's no global conspiracy happening. We weren't told that Satan's going to inherit the earth. This is why he also strikes me as someone who does not attend mass regularly. First, because of the way he speaks. There is such a thing as having a Catholic conscience. It's difficult to speak in the manner that he does all the time. If you were attending mass, which he should do, I think it would make him a better person. But far be it from me to give Nick Fuentes any suggestions, because the last time when I just asked him who he was dating, or like, hey, you're going to get married one day, he lost his mind. He started acting like a raging homosexual, calling me all sorts of things, of course, when he was in the comfort of his own home, and very much embodying the stereotype of women that you see on reality TV. This is actually was his reply to me for asking him about whether he wanted to get married one day.
Sit down and shut the f
up, bitch. That's what a man has to say.
She's like, ew. You can see how forced, bitch. You can see how forced he is and shit. He's trying his hardest. That shit's embarrassing, bro. I'm sorry. That shit's fucking embarrassing.
We need a new word for this kind of embarrassment.
It's like, yo, Nick, you will never say that. You won't. You will never say that to her face. Believe it or not, you would never do that. It's like stop. Like stop. Don't play yourself, bro. Don't do this internet shit, bro. You would never do this. Stop it. Stop it. Shut the fuck up, you bitch. You fucking, what? You candy ass. You jabroni. Like stop it. Fucking weak ass shit, bro.
Real shit. He is a jabron.
He got so fucking. Did she wreck him that much, bro? Like, all I did was ask. You have a girlfriend? And then she plays the clip to be like, this is his response. See? Like, look how pathetic he is. That's what she's doing, bro. She is rolling you, Nick. You should just leave this alone and walk away. You should just walk away.
He still has time. He can still save himself. He just has to not be an idiot.
Oh, man. All right, let's keep playing.
Well,
okay.
He just has to not be more of an idiot.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Which I understand is a huge ask.
If you have to say I'm a man, which he then follows up by saying I'm a real man, you probably aren't one. Okay. Hey, Brigitte, if you got a sue to prove you're a woman, you're probably not one. Real men,
oh my God.
Their natural inclination is to protect women and children. That's a fact. A woman's natural inclination is to respect men.
My thing with
they are exhibiting the attributes of true.
My thing with Brigitte Macron is like, you already married a guy who used to be one of your students in class in primary school. So that's already weird enough. We don't got to put extra on that. Come on.
Yeah, but yeah, true. But at the same time, I don't think she would even. If Brigitte Macron was not, sleeping with or marrying her, old student or whatever the fuck, and came out as trans, Candace wouldn't be covering the story. Just saying. I don't think she would cover the story though. The whole thing is like, you're a man, you're a man, you're a man, you're a man, right? And then you add stuff to kind of sugarcoat it. It becomes like a scandal. It becomes Oprah, right? Kind of an internet twisted version of Oprah. And she has like an actual series. She calls it the Brigitte Macron series for a reason. An actual TV show, essentially. Of like internet sleuthing, kind of. And then the Charlie Kirk thing was just fucking Christmas Day for Candace. But either way.
Oh, yeah, she made bank on that shit.
Yeah, I think it's less so about money. I think it's more so about influence and capturing an audience and becoming, in a way, like I said, a new Oprah in a way. Like she has
either one can be a means to the other, I guess.
She has a book club, right? She's fucking.
I almost forgot about the fucking book club.
The audience is like essentially, at least what she's projecting is the audience is a part of her show, right? Oh my God, tips for Candace, right? Pause. Where she like reads out or she gets evidence from other people and then explains it on the show and uses it and all that shit. And then she reads fan mail at the end and like it's
just the tip.
And her show is what? 5 o'clock Eastern, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Right once maybe people are getting off of work.
Hours.
Maybe the kids got home from school, but it's 5 o'clock now. They're either doing their homework or they're done with their homework and they're playing in their rooms, and thus mom gets to kick back, put on some Candace Owens, and hear the scandal of the day. She is capturing an audience, and it's a real phenomenon. I don't think it's bots. I think it's real people doing it. For the most part, I'm sure there's some bots, but like for the most part, I think it's regular. It's just people showing up by the 200s of thousands. That is crazy.
That's terrifying.
It is what it is. But let's continue the roast session. Here we go. I'm all for it.
Children.
On YouTube today.
That's a fact. A woman's natural inclination is to respect men when they are exhibiting the attributes of true masculinity, protecting women and children. Not getting up on a platform and trying to soft sell the definition of pedophilia by saying, well, it wasn't 5-year-olds, and so it's okay. And by the way, to that clip of him yelling, all I can ever see is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Take a look at this.
Sit down and shut the fuck up. That's what a man is.
Could I see that again? That was perfect.
I mean, she rolled. He's rolled. It is what it is. Here we go.
Is the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Take a look at this.
Sit down and shut the fuck up. That's what a man has to say.
A real man. That's how I talk to my sisters when they took my shirt when I was in high school and just yell, scream at them and point. Anyway, it's a call for actual real men
Don't
to
let
stand up
Harrison
and
hear
become
about that.
leaders and to help us fight what
She
we
did
are
everything
fighting,
to
which is a
demasculate
spiritual
this
war.
man.
Yes, it does.
I'll be
matter.
back.
And
Just wait.
Perhaps the wrong person to deliver this line from which movie? I forgot which movie this is, but it is true. Unusual Suspects. The Usual Suspects. Skylar has corrected me, but this quotation is definitively true. Take a listen.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Actually, maybe he was the exact right person to deliver that line. Let's take a brief break and then discuss some of your comments from yesterday's episode about the...
Okay. So that was basically a diss track. And she's like, it's not even going to be my whole show. It's going to be like a portion of my show. A little segment. So,
Jesus fucking Christ.
the roast has happened. And yeah, Nick should just walk away, I think. Walk away. Let it go. Walk away. Can't scream aliens and X-Men schools. And like, look, she's crazy, see? He's going to embarrass you, man. Yeah, you better have like something on her, like for real. Otherwise, it'll be like fucking a tiny piece of lint on her sweater. Like, oh, pick it off and just okay, just throw that away. We're good. Just being honest. So you run for your life, Nick. That's what I'm saying. You can't shit talk good enough. Like your idea of shit talking is screaming as loud as you can. Saying curse words really loudly. That means I'm winning.
Fuck!
Fuck you, man. Thanks, Nick. Clever,
Very
articulate
enlightening.
language. But either way, let's leave it there. There's your pop YouTube video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment, agree or disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I guess. Don't forget to share, support, and hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join the Discord. We are in that Discord right now. All opinions are welcome. And obviously the 3 things I played you will be linked in that same description box for you to look at on your own for whatever. For the giggles, for the shits, for the giggles, for whatever. So please check that out. And most importantly, with all that said, give this video a thumbs down. From Chicago.
Fox News.
Yeah, Chicago. Fox News affiliate in Chicago.